Instagram. My name is Sakura Mura. I'm the chief of LSPD, and I'll be conducting your interview today.
Okay, very exciting.
All right. Have you ever been an LEO before?
I have not. This will be my first opportunity.
Your first opportunity. All right. Can you describe to me a situation where you had to deal with a high stress scenario, and how did you handle
Sure. I was raised in Los Santos, and so I've a lot of experience high stress areas. But I would have to say my most notable experience. My family, we moved to Dallas for a while, and I was a bouncer over there. And did some security. So I mean, especially in Dallas, there's a lot of drunks. People like to go party. I believe it was 20. Oh, I can't remember the exact years. A few years back, but there was the Mavs won the playoffs, and I was out there working. I was a young buck at the time, and there was about 5, 10 dudes just starting going in a brawl. And I just took a moment, took a breath to myself, and I was like, all right, here we go. And I just started calmly pulling guys off of each other, and um, we use zip ties at times. Not a lot of police cuffs, but so we zip tie them up and just wait for the cops when we called them. So I think I deal with it pretty well. That answer your
it?
question? You need me to expand a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
further? Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was
No, you're
just
good.
Alright, sorry, I have to take notes of all this. t- uh, how would you handle a situation where you are required to enforce a law that you personally don't agree with?
Well, whether I agree with the law or not is not really my responsibility as an officer. It's really, if it's law, I'm there to enforce it. Even if I disagree with it, I'd have to get it done, and I'd do it with a smile on my face because at the end of the day, we're here to protect the people, and if our lawmakers decide this is how we should be protecting them, and it's got to be the best way to do it.
What about an SOP that you don't agree with?
Well, if I would, at the time, like, obviously, go through and do the SOPs as needed. But I might bring that up with the superior officer, a one-on-one situation, or maybe in a forum setting if we're all sitting and going like, "Hey, I think it'd be better this way," or maybe we should clarify a couple of things here or there.
Okay.
But out on those streets, it's we're a team, and at the end of the day, you expect things to be done a certain way. So.
Hmm, sure. Yeah. I don't have any follow-up questions on there. So moving down, how do you plan to build trust and foster positive relationships within the community that you will serve?
Well, I really want to be a beat cop, a patrol officer, and go around and just keep the city safe. My goal is to interact with citizens. Hopefully, get to go to an event or two. As an on duty officer, I'm not sure y'all's policy on that, but just showing the badge, showing hey, we're here, we care. That's really how I plan on doing those type of things, kind of community outreaches and stuff.
What strategies or methods do you think are effective for managing personal stress and ensuring mental wellness, especially in this profession?
Ooh, I would have to say exercise. Good jog in the morning always helps. I like doing a nice 30-minute aerobics exercise in the morning, and then go to calisthenics after that. And so it's you know just getting out there, getting all that stress, pent up stress out, and after a nice long shift, hot sauna or bath never hurts.
Hmm.
At least that's how it was when I was a bouncer. Anyways, that's what I did.
What do you believe are the key qualities that a successful police officer should have?
Well, they should care about the job. They should care about the people they're there to protect. And then you should always care about your other officers. I mean, you you have to have a lot of heart to do this type of job because it's just what it is. You know, some days are good, other days are bad, and then sometimes your bad days are bad.
All right. In a scale of 1 to 10, how would you describe your law knowledge?
I would give it about 6.5 to 8, somewhere in there.
6.5 to 8. That's quite high. Um, do you know what reasonable suspicion is?
So reasonable suspicion. All right. So there's two parts to that. Oh, I can't think of it. The other part, but the reasonable suspicion. So when you're going to investigate a suspect or someone like that, um, you might see something or smell something. That would give you suspicion to think that there might be something wrong. Let's say there's a tail light out on their vehicle and you just want to check in on them, and they start acting funny, tweaking or something like that. That would give you some suspicion to maybe, hey, are you okay? Is there something going on? Let's talk to them and possibly do a pat down.
Okay. And what's probable cause?
So probable cause that would be if let's say there's a joint or a roach sitting on their car seat. And you're like, hey, we need to search a vehicle now because we definitely have drug paraphernalia out. It's witnessing or seeing something done um, that either is illegal or might lead to something that's illegal.
Any case laws that you know that will help you in your day-to-day police work?
Well, the Chimela versus California. So let's say we show up for a house robbery or somebody ran into their house. In that one, you can't. Well, let's say it's their house, right? So in the Chimela versus California, um, if you go arrest somebody and then run in their house, you can search their immediate vicinity, even without a search warrant. However, you cannot search the entire house. And then kind of expanding on that with the SITA, search incident to lawful arrest. So that allows you to perform like a warrantless search on a arrested person, and again in their immediate area, in the interest of safety. So you want to make sure that they've got no weapons, no guns, nothing like that on there. Another one would be like Miranda versus Arizona. So a lot of criminals, they tend to think that, oh, you haven't Mirandized me, I'm not under arrest, yada yada. But even though that you haven't Mirandized them, they still could be detained. But we can't go in a line of questioning without reading their Miranda rights. That being said, spontaneous utterance, if they just happen to just get out of a high intensity shootout or something like that, and they're like, oh my god, I killed 3 cops right there or something like that, that would be a spontaneous utterance, and that would be enforceable in a court of law.
All right. For someone that's never been an officer before, you know quite a bit.
I had a little bit of time to read yesterday when we missed those appointments, so I just went
So
through and
you went and read the SOPs.
yeah, I went and read the SOPs. I actually had a couple questions on one of them. If that's all right, I don't know if that
That's all right.
is okay. Um, so on store robberies and bank robberies, they both mention the pursuit team. And it says it's not permitted unless a vehicle is classified as A class. Was that a like an? It's supposed to be a capital A. Like I'm not too familiar with the
No,
classes.
so these classes that go from C to S,
Okay.
and A class is just a classification of vehicles.
Okay. And then in the officer down protocol, it mentioned that in the event an officer is incapacitated, all units, it's like basically all on hands deck, all hands on deck situation.
Yes.
Um, but it also mentions if there's an ongoing shootout, we're allowed to allow the suspects to conclude their engagement before intervening. So
That's a gang shootout. That's a gang related shootout.
that's a gang. Okay, so in gang related shootouts, okay, it's okay to
Gang
stand
related
off,
shootouts, yeah, it's allowed stand off, let them finish their shit, and then we hop
move
in
in.
once they're. Yeah, once
Okay.
they are out of ammo and out of armors and everything like that, once they run through their supplies, we have a much easier time.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. I just, if I just didn't understand why we would let something happen if an officer was down right there. I'm sorry. No, but that makes a lot more sense if it's gang violent, gang v gang. Yeah, definitely let them get their stuff out of their way. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So Mr. Graham, I'm gonna pass you for your next phase. We're gonna have an academy. I want to say Friday.
Okay. Very exciting. I would love to attend that, depending on the time.
Friday is at 3 p.m. my time, so the beginning of this tsunami.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I can do that. I can absolutely do that and be there
All right. So you're gonna show some interest on the academy on the 7th.
on the 7th. Is that the 7th already? Oh, I guess is that this? Oh, I guess that's next Friday, not this Friday. But yeah, yeah, I can do that one instead. Yeah. Either way.